Ready? 5 seconds. The appointment of an intelligent arbitrator is going to be very expensive. With sufficient instruction and much practice, his English should improve. However inconvenient it is to me, I shall come to the first performance to be given in New York next November. The very first young people there are remarkable with description. Our differences of opinion are subject to arbitration. Probably the sensible publisher mortgaged the metropolitan buildings and thus improved his financial circumstances. Generally, the members of this organization put their information in January. In the opinion of the executors, his investments are insufficient for them to discharge their responsibilities according to his wishes. Although the capable and efficient administration had much intelligence, it was difficult for him to become enthusiastic over his prospective appointment. I believe there is justification for an immediate investigation of the ministry's expenditure on government buildings during February this year. The important executive appointments in this undertaking are given to those who are capable and enthusiastic. According to the principal, it was impossible to do anything with this particular child. I cannot subscribe to the general belief that the publication was a falsification, because I believe it was nothing but the truth. The organizer of the demonstration was both efficient and intelligent, as well as being familiar to the reformer. The distinguished member from Northern England is expected to give a public entertainment next year. It is significant and satisfactory that appointments to the establishment are subject to attainment of a certificate of proficiency in commercial subjects. Those who think too much of themselves are generally selfish and very imperfect people. You were told to guard the gold till it was delivered to the owner. I am surprised that the university representative neglected to call on the distinguished doctor when he was in New York during January. However intelligent and enthusiastic the individuals are, it is impossible for them to give a satisfactory description of the two irresponsible informers. The Southern representative was the opinion that the unusual description of the electrical manufacturer was responsible for his bankruptcy. I cannot speak in the building with any pleasure, for it is too cold. A great welcome was given equally and amalgamated with the Southern Magnetic Organization. Could you be at liberty till two of the members have given the gentleman a generalization of the different improvements to the building? The mathematician told the child to remark on the significance of the perpendicular. The mere prospect of financial improvement is not representative of the English character. It is remarkable how great is the knowledge of the peculiar gentleman from the efficient insurance establishment in Northern England. The metropolitan establishment was under the jurisdiction of the two gentlemen from the Northern University. Identical instructions have been given to all our executives. The insurance certificate was altogether indispensable to the influential government financial administrator. We should have remonstrated with him and made him relinquish the stringency of this very destructive arbitration. They may be independent, capable, and efficient, but perhaps not able to be sympathetic in times of a misfortune. I speak to many people on this subject as a regular thing. Why was it beyond him to do what was usual? Several of those would be too large for him too. Because of his negligence, the imperturbable commercial representative was immediately discharged on the instructions of the electricity executive. As your wish was given, you ought to thank them. It is our responsibility to guard the gold at once. You inform the guard whether a responsible member chaired our organization. Can we publish this important information at the first opportunity? If it is possible, you should number all the chairs. Telegram to the owner could influence the next mortgage. Can you distinguish the inscription on the university without inconvenience? Which member should be the first to cheer the principal? The principle of truth was especially dear to the principal. As a surprise, the doctor himself delivered it to them, who were the principal, called to tell us their beliefs. Could I be informed who were inspected for the insurance? All the things which were sent have to be inspected. The Lord himself is as different as any of them. It was the hour in which we had to go. Would you put this for me as I wish? As we shall do this ourselves, you should come. You will not object to information published at first hand. It should be remembered that all of us are expected to be there in November. Special deliveries are impossible. We owe nothing on the interest, and our financial balance is satisfactory and should be quite sufficient during the next year. The messenger had the preliminary manuscript with him. I shall be glad to know whether you are able to give me a valuation for insurance of several gold objects given to me over the years by several influential gentlemen. His arbitration was subjective and not very intelligible. Do call on us whenever you have an opportunity. Can you come to the Insurance Exchange building on behalf of the owner of the school? We have inspected your special publications and have tried them during the year, but they are unsatisfactory for our school. It is quite satisfactory to us to come together. Do not neglect to speak to the principal when he comes to the school next November. You should be able to improve if you will practice regularly and with care. It is our advantage to improve our building. It is a great opportunity for us to do something for the school. The writer is a regular member of the advertising school at the university. It gives me great pleasure to acknowledge your telegram. It has never been our regular practice to deliver when the balance owing is as much as this. We think the balance owing is much too large. We shall expect to have all the particulars from you rather than from your representative.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.